Thank you all for your warm welcome, and Lou, I'm somewhat overwhelmed by your lovely introduction. I didn't expect it. I'm reminded that the last and only time I received a lavish welcome like that, I was chairing an interracial panel for some 200 people in Collingwood. And after introducing the panel to the audience, making some opening remarks, I turned the microphone over to the Muslim representative, an imam. He immediately began, as indicated a moment ago by my friend, Rabbi Draimin. Sidney and Dawn, we finally got here. I'm so happy we have. I term it a long overdue life-size celebration. If you will, it's a birthday and anniversary party, a family get-together, friendship tribute, and a colleague appreciation night, and it's all wrapped up into one. The Toronto Hebrew Memorial Park Board and the Executive Committee welcome Sid's family and his friends, our delegates, directors, officers, staff from THMP, friends and colleagues from the affiliated UJA Federation, and honored members of the cemetery and general community. In Sidney's mind, I truly believe it's never been about Sidney Freedman. What is about Sidney Freedman is a man whose search for and gathering of the truth knows no bounds, who jealously and courageously communicates in great detail what truly has happened and is happening around and to us, particularly in matters concerning his organizational baby, the Toronto Hebrew Memorial Parks. When Sid speaks, either privately or collectively, to our cemetery community, we all listen. We're inspired by his example, which is to carry on and conscientiously maintain the aims, purposes, and values of Hever Kadisha, and which challenge us to remain true to the organizational structure of this unique entity, more commonly known to all of us as Pardes Shalom and Pardes Chaim, the gardens of peace and life. From the late 1960s, when he started to water the seed that sprouted in the 1970s into our organization, Sid espoused the principle that the benefits in the birth and growth would accrue to the general Jewish community, that it would operate independently, that is the cemetery, with no unreasonable interference, and that it would operate with transparency within community business principles. And finally, it would determine its own surpluses, which he realized would be sufficient not only to serve THMP's own future requirements, but if it was available, to use that surplus, as our friends from UJA mentioned, for the benefit of the community at large. And both these attributes THMP has accomplished in spades. An example tonight is the establishment of the Sidney Freedman Endowment Fund, the seed money for which has been provided by THMP's endowed monies. We're extremely grateful to those who are here, who have generously contributed, and we hope everyone here will acknowledge Sid's leadership with a donation to the tribute fund. Sid, either personally or with some help, has written or been responsible for the creation of the documents which our corporation is based upon. Those include the incorporating documents, our trust agreement with Federation, and more recently our Memorandum of Understanding with the Jewish Federation of Greater Toronto, which has increased the communication and openness within the Jewish community and facilitated the respective duties between the two organizations. Sid has received the coveted Ben Sadowski Award of Merit for outstanding leadership based on many years of involvement in the Jewish and general communities, performing numerous acts of good deeds. And now on a personal note, this for myself is not simply an opportunity to share facts about Sid Freedman with the already converted. It is very personal and for me, a very emotional moment. To publicly express my undying gratitude to Sid for having the confidence in allowing me in 1991 to assume the presidency of this wonderful organization. I had only been involved in the Hever Kadisha community for some 4 to 5 years, and as I was saying tonight, it takes about 15 years for someone to be endowed with the qualities to be able to deal with the subject matter, and he took a chance, and I'm so happy he did. The highest personal compliment I can offer Sid is the knowledge that whenever I'm called upon to establish policy or make suggestions or play a leadership role, the first thing I ask myself is, what would Sidney do? And how will my suggestions further the values that he has set for THMP? Tonight, THMP has stepped up to the plate. And while celebrating with Sid and his family his successes, we've hit a proverbial home run in honoring an extraordinary community leader, our past president, an extremely intelligent, generous man who tempers strength with compassion, whose foresight gave birth to this organization. And ladies and gentlemen, my mentor and our friend, I give you Sid Freedman.